You're lying face down in mud that used to be a lagoon. Your hands were bound before you died. You were pregnant. 10,000 years later, someone finds you exactly where you fell. Nobody buried you. Nobody buried any of you. And the reason why reveals one of the darkest, least understood chapters in early human history. The site is called Nataruk, near Lake Turkana in Kenya. In 2012, researchers from Cambridge University uncovered something that shouldn't have been possible to find intact after 10,000 years. 27 individuals, at least 8 women, 6 children, not scattered by scavengers, not disturbed by time, preserved in the sediment of a lagoon that dried up long ago, exactly where they fell. The wounds tell you everything the silence can't. 10 of the 12 most complete skeletons show unmistakable signs of violent death, blunt force trauma to skulls and cheekbones, broken hands, broken ribs, broken knees. 2 men had stone projectile points still lodged in their skulls and chests, embedded so deep they never came out. 1 woman was found reclining, fractures across her knees, hands positioned in a way that suggests they'd been bound. She was in the late stages of pregnancy. Researchers found fetal bones beside her. Here's the detail that changes how you should think about this entire scene. Obsidian, a sharp volcanic glass, was found lodged in 2 of the bodies. But obsidian doesn't naturally occur anywhere near Nataruk. Whoever did this didn't live there. They came from somewhere else, carrying weapons made from materials this group didn't use themselves. This wasn't a fight that broke out between neighbors. It was an ambush by strangers from another territory entirely. You'd have had no warning, no reason to expect anyone was coming. You'd have been doing what you did every day near that lagoon, gathering food, watching children, going about an ordinary morning when people you'd never seen before arrived carrying weapons made from stone you'd never even encountered. By the time you understood what was happening, it was already too late to run. So why weren't you buried? Burial takes people. It takes time. It takes someone alive and willing to do it. If this was a raid meant to eliminate an entire group, there may have simply been nobody left. No survivors to carry the dead home. No family remaining to dig graves. You stayed exactly where you fell because the people who would have buried you were lying beside you. Researchers studying this period point to a possible cause behind attacks like this one. Around 10,000 years ago, the climate in this region was shifting. Melting ice elsewhere on the planet was changing water levels and vegetation across East Africa, forcing different hunter-gatherer groups into closer contact than they'd ever experienced before. Closer contact meant competition. Over water, over hunting grounds, over land that had never needed defending before. This is now considered by many researchers to be the earliest scientifically dated evidence of organized human conflict, predating agriculture, predating permanent settlements, predating everything we typically associate with the beginning of warfare, which raises an uncomfortable question researchers still argue about. Was this kind of violence always inside us, waiting for the right conditions to surface, or did it only begin once humans had something worth fighting over? Nataruk doesn't answer that question. It just proves the fighting happened. And it's not the only site telling this same story. At Jebel Sahaba in Sudan, archaeologists found remains at least 13,400 years old showing similarly extensive violent trauma believed to stem from territorial disputes during a period of severe climate instability. Different location, different centuries, the same pattern, environmental pressure. 2 groups, a confrontation neither side walked away from unscathed. There's a detail from a separate site that makes all of this feel less distant and more immediate. In northern Italy, researchers examining a skeleton nicknamed Tagliente 1, killed roughly 17,000 years ago, found wounds from flint-tipped projectiles, striking at high speed, consistent with a deliberate ambush rather than an accident or a hunting mishap. He never saw it coming either. So here's what actually happened at Nataruk. A group of people, families, going about an ordinary day near a lagoon that no longer exists, were attacked by strangers carrying weapons made from stone that didn't belong to that land. Nobody survived to bury them. Nobody came back for them. For 10,000 years, you simply stayed exactly where you fell, undisturbed, unburied, unremembered, until someone finally found you and understood for the first time exactly what had happened that day. The next time you think about how far removed you are from ancient history, remember this. The instinct that drove people to defend water, land, and survival against strangers 10,000 years ago hasn't disappeared. It's still the same instinct sitting underneath almost everything humans have ever fought over since.